Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the White Belt MMA podcast, and it's an absolute pleasure to have on the show today PFL Welterweight and 2022 PFL finalist Dilano Postman Taylor. Hey, my man, first time having you on the show. How you doing today, my man?
Doing great, bro. I'm doing great. Just finished training and just jumped on this call, man.
Yeah, my man. Yeah, dude. So, dude, obviously, right. First question up is, man, how you feeling after that Rory MacDonald win? Obviously, right, big win over a legend, but obviously I just asked you how you feeling, but let me ask you a little backtrack a little bit. So when you got the call to be, to step in to fight Rory MacDonald, tell me how that went down, man. Because I'm assuming, right? It must have been like, from 0 to 100, going from an alternate to man being in the PFL finals already.
It's been like that my whole like run through PFL thus far. I was asked to fight Rory 2 days before I fought Rory, and prior to that, they called me like maybe 2 weeks before, and they were like, "Hey, we'd still need you to be an alternate if you wanted to be an alternate after my last fight against Maga." I was like, "All right, cool, dope." Of course, they couldn't tell me who I was gonna fight, and then whatever.
Yeah.
So I showed up 2 days later. They were like, "Yeah, you ready?" I was like, "I'm always ready. Stay ready."
Yeah.
Right.
So you were already training, though, right? Like you weren't like going on like a little bender, eating something, or just drinking.
Nah,
Like,
I'm always I'm eating. I'm always eating, and I'm always training. So it's like I feel like on any day's notice I can have a fight. I'm okay because I'm not. I know for a fact that I'm not lacking. I'm not training.
Oh yeah, 100%, man. And then, like you said, man, you finally get you get to Cardiff, and then you're facing Rory. And I saw you in another interview say, right, that like you remember watching Rory when you were just graduating high school, right, in 2015.
Yeah, yeah,
Same year as me. So I can only imagine, right, like someone that's been seeing him since basically since they were a kid. Did you ever get starstruck that whole week, kind of being like, holy crap, like this is a legend right in front of me, or you were just like, hey man, this is just another man and another day in office?
bro. That was how I was like towards the end, like closer and closer to the fight. Just like it's just another man. It's just for me, it wasn't even about being starstruck because I trained at like a gym with just superstars. Like literally, I trained at Sanford MMA, formerly known as Sanford MMA, but currently known as Kill Cliff FC. That's where I train. So I see guys. I've seen guys in there from like for like the past 2-3 years already. So it's like it's nothing new. Roy was just like, wow, this guy's like a legend. But like I've seen Roy before at other PFLs, so I was able to get that out of the way. And my last fight with Maga kind of helped me like condition my mind to start seeing fighters more as fighters as opposed to like being a fan. I can be a fan afterwards, I can be a fan before, but when I fight them, they're just a regular person.
No, yeah, 100%, right? And then, man, you hit him with a beautiful right cross, man. And then, moment you see him go down, referee pulls you off. What's the first thing that your team tells you too, right? Because I remember like on the broadcast, right? You see Impa, and then your corner just going crazy. So, do you remember what's the first thing they said to you after you saw them after the win?
Impa comes up to me, he says, all right, remain, because Impa's like a bigger brother. And when he talks to me like in between Impa and Jason, they're like bigger brothers. Landon is like he's older than me. He was also my corner, and he's like another brother. And then Sadu was the third corner in there, and they're all fighters. But Impa was telling me like stand tall, be more respectful, like be respectful, like remember where you are, like the job's not done. And he was just reminding me like, yo, just because I beat Roy, like I haven't won the tournament, I haven't become the champion. He just reminded me. Of course, like he wasn't trying to say it like in a way where he's trying to take away from my win, but he was trying to remind me in the manner where like I didn't forget what I was doing. If that makes sense. Like I was there to go out there and fight, and the job's not done until November 25th, and then the job's done for the season, and then I have to get back on it the following season.
100%, man. And that it actually kind of follows up to my next question, right? Do you think like having people like that on your team, right? It's kind of kept you grounded throughout this whole thing, throughout this whole process of uh, you know, being so close to the finals, and but like you also have your team, just telling you, hey man, job's not done. So do you think that's also been a big reason for your success up to this point?
Oh, 100%, 100%. I think having guys who are level-headed, Like I tend to keep guys that are level-headed around me all the time. I also keep like Landon. He's a Titan FC champion at 155. He's like one of my brothers. I've been training with him for a very long time too. Landon Quinones, and he's like, for me, he's like the, I would say hothead, but he's not a hothead. But like his energy gives off hothead, but he's not a hothead. And I feel like he's good to have around, as well as input like yin and yang. You know, like I have Landon tell me, kill him, kill him, kill him. And I have input like, hey, you know, be patient, breathe, you know, take your time. You're going to finish this guy, you know, like there's no rush. But like it's good to have both of those voices, if that makes sense, like in balancing, like, and they work the corner perfectly, like in harmony. So I feel like having guys like this around me all the time keeps me, yeah, like you said, grounded. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. So yeah, man. So now that we're talking about your team, right? We might as well, like, obviously, since the first time that I have you on, might as well just rewind a little bit, right? Go all the way back to the start. So tell us about the first time you walked through those doors, right? Killcliff, Sanford MMA, like you said, that was
Yeah.
previously called. You know, when you walked in there, right? Was being at the top of the MMA world always the dream, or it was one of those things that you just kind of stumbled upon and you're like, hey, man, let's see where this takes us.
Um, I started MMA in 2015, or I started training in 2015 because it wasn't like I wasn't trying to fight MMA. Like when I started training, it was like I came out of high school, I was always an athlete, and I was like, all right, cool. What's next? I want to do something more. So then I actually went to a gym in Fort Lauderdale, a small gym, family gym, and I went there to just learn how to do boxing. And I got sold like into jujitsu, and I ended up doing jujitsu instead. But I paid for a package to just do everything. So I did boxing, jiu-jitsu, and kickboxing. And I went every day. And I just went there more so to just learn how to do it and, just develop myself like as a striker, I guess.
Yeah.
And I had this coach, he's still my coach, my jiu-jitsu coach, Junior Fernandez, and he was like, after like 3 months of training, he's like, hey, I got you a fight. And I'm like, huh? Because I never thought I was going to ever fight. I just wanted to train just, for fun. I got you a fight. It's like, what you mean you got me a fight? He's like, what, are you scared? I was like, when's the fight? And then he tells me, oh, the fight's this week. I was like, the fight's this week? He's like, yeah. Like this week? He's like, yeah, you fight on Saturday. This Saturday?
Oh, man.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. This is going pretty fast. It's going pretty fast pace. All right. I guess we're fighting this week. And from then it was just like, all right, fuck, I guess I gotta go out there and face somebody. And then boom, bam, bang, won the fight, made the weight, won the fight, and then moved on from there. Yeah.
Man, I mean, you weren't kidding, man. This whole story about going from 0 to 100 is legitimately building your whole career, man. So that's pretty crazy. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, dude. So, tell us about that, dude. Like you said, like you have that first fight, and then you get that first win. Was that just an adrenaline rush that you're like, man, we need to get back in here, man? Because this is something that like I just can't explain. I have to get this back.
The first win in PFL, and then having to go out there and fight that second fight.
No, like the first like win in general, like first fight ever.
Yeah. After that first fight, I finished the guy in the first round. Like the first 30 seconds, I rear naked and choked him. And I remember going into that fight thinking to myself, like, wow, I don't know anything. Like, I don't know how to strike. And you think like you know better, but like you go out there, you know nothing. Like the minute they locked the cage doors, the minute I heard the click, forgot everything. Everything I learned, everything I was taught, I forgot how to throw a jab, didn't know what the fuck a low kick was. Everything was just gone. Like, forgot. And I was like, damn, like, wow, I can never come back in this cage until like I'm comfortable enough to just know what I'm doing. And then from then, like, I took another fight maybe 2-3 months later or 4 months later and started to develop that way more and more and more. And then after that, became better and better and better. And then I was like, all right, cool. Now I'm more comfortable in this cage. I'll fight on a week's notice, no problem, more often, Yeah. And then that's how that came about.
No, yeah, 100%. And like you said it right there, like you started building off when you started getting to the point that obviously, right, to the point that PFL started calling, right, for the Challenger Series. So tell us about, was that the same thing, 0 to 100? Like, hey, man, you're fighting this week, or did you at least have a little bit of notice here?
No, I was actually told on a week's notice for PFL.
Damn. So
yeah, like literally, I was in bed like a couple weeks after the Challenger Series, Uh, I get a call. My manager says, "Yeah, we're probably not going to fight till September, August, September. You know, just like in the regular season. Like I don't know if you've seen the regular PFL where they have like the little challenger fights. They were saying that. I was like, all right, cool, dope, dope, dope. That's no problem. I guess I'll wait till September, August to fight. Then I get a call, very short notice. Hey, I would like to be alternate for PFL. I pay you to make weight, and then if you probably won't even have a fight, like 20% chance of a fight. I was like, all right, whatever. A chance is a chance. I'll go out there and take it. Fuck it. Go out there and fight, and then ended up fighting. Like I didn't expect to fight, but then I ended up fight. They didn't tell me who I was fighting, of course. Like they never told me throughout PFL. They never told me who I was gonna fight. And then I was like, I guess we'll fight it. Who cares? Whatever. I'll do it. And then I recognized that I feel like I'm a harder person to prepare for on short notice. And I feel like on short notice, I'm probably gonna beat anybody. Like that's just like a known thing for me. I feel like you got to really take your time to prepare for me because I feel like nobody knows what I'm capable of. Nobody knows what I can do. Even in PFL, my run, like nobody has seen what I'm able to do yet.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. And I'm sure to throw this fun question out there too, because I don't know why when you said that, it kind of reminded me a little bit of anime and One Piece, man. So for
Yeah.
you, yeah. So for you, man, I've heard in another interview, man, that you're a big One Piece fan, right? You watch it to get ready for fights and all that. So is that have you always been a big anime fan in general, or was it something that like people when one of your boys put you on, and was like, hey man, you should watch this because this is some
Nah,
good stuff.
nah. I've been a huge anime fan since I was a little kid. Um, I used to run around the house like Dragon Ball, like I was in Dragon Ball Z, like
Yeah.
yelling Kamehameha, and you know, it was just I don't know. It's been my childhood. But when I got into One Piece, I recognized like, whoa, like this anime is probably the greatest anime ever created. Like I've watched a lot of anime, so like I wouldn't like go out there and just say that just bashfully. But like One Piece single handedly, like the concepts of One Piece make so much more sense to life than anything else. And I feel like nobody would understand that unless they watched it because everybody's like the first thing they'll say is, "Oh, it's too many episodes, it's too many this, too many that." But like, bro, watch One Piece. Like,
Yeah.
it's really good. It's really good.
It's a vibe, man. It's a vibe. It
Yeah,
really is. And then I mean, I saw that in one of your post fight celebrations. You had the little hat there too, man. So,
yeah, yeah.
what came behind the idea there? Was it just you, or you're like, the whole team was like, hey, man.
So I bought the hat because I'm a One Piece fan, and I was like, I think I'm gonna wear this hat out to one of my fights, and then it just became a thing. And then I just kept wearing them out to my fights. But with PFL, they kept calling me out such short notice that I keep forgetting to bring the hat. So like this fight, I'm bringing the hat. The hat's
All right,
coming out
cool,
this fight.
cool.
Because like my guy Shanks, my guy Shanks gave me the hat. My guy Shanks and Luffy, they brought it to me, so I got to go out there and show people who the real Pirate King is.
There you go, man. There
Yeah.
you go, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, my man. So again, man, like you said, man, you're bringing it to the finals. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to the finals in general, man. So again, man, you're a busy guy, man. So I don't want to keep you too long. So before we go, do you want to plug in all your social media so everyone watching can go and follow you and keep up with you up until the finals and then after?
Yeah. Twitter, Instagram, everything is Postman Taylor at Postman Taylor. You can see me on IG doing my thing, whether it's lifting weights or breaking faces. One of the two, you'll see me on there.
There you go, man. There you go. Do we have a date yet for the finals yet or no? Because
Yes, sir. November 25th.
November 25th. So again, everyone watching, man, November 25th. Make sure to tune in. Dilano Taylor in the finals. Let's all root for him. So once again, Dilano, thanks again for the time, and hopefully we do it again in the future. So once again, man, thanks, and to everyone watching, peace.